Another thing you'll find out from doing these postures again are the 10 foundational postures for studying Tai Chi. But not just for studying Tai Chi. If you are familiar with other internal martial arts, as Tai Chi is referred to as an internal martial art, which simply means you use your torso when you're doing the martial art as opposed to just movements from the shoulders or from the hips. If you study Tai Chi as an internal martial art or study other internal martial arts, this routine sets the foundation for all of the internal martial arts. When I first learned this routine, I studied it first from Tom Whitaker in Austin, Texas, back when I was actually taking yoga teacher training program back in the early 90s. And over a period of a few months after learning this routine, I had already studied and had a black sash in Kung Fu and Tai Chi and learned this routine. Everything that I was told from my instructors that I should be experiencing suddenly started working. I suddenly had the so-called root. I had power in my technique, and it was a subtle thing. It was just subtle positions and alignments and awareness of the positions that created this. So this second posture is a really excellent one. If you're not in classes, this is still an excellent one that you could learn easily right now and be able to practice and get a lot of benefit from. In fact, this is the posture that I'll recommend my students, if they're going to share Tai Chi with other people, I'll say, well, show them this posture, because it feels like there's something to it, and there's benefit even if you don't have it quite right. Actually, in all these postures, even if you don't have it quite right, there's still a lot of benefit. The only danger is if you feel it underneath your knees, in your knees, okay? Not on top of the knees. The thighs should hurt, okay? But the underneath the knees shouldn't, and that means there's a misalignment. And it's easily corrected, actually, and I'll keep sharing that information with you. Okay. This next posture, we call posture number 2, and it has 3 primary foot placements. So let's look at the first one, which we look like a middle stance, or not as big as the one you were just doing. Okay, this was what we might call a large stance. This is a little smaller, but the feet are still separated. So from here, you'll relax the hands to the sides, and you're still in the mindset of finishing the first posture. You'd want to definitely have finished the first posture and spent 3 to 5 minutes in that after doing the breathing. And then here you will breathe in as you circle the arms up, so the hands go up and back. You finish breathing in as you stretch up, and if you can't get the breathing right away, don't worry about it, just get the movement. You'll stretch up, and then you'll exhale and bend forward, like you're going to touch your toes, so my legs stay straight. And then at some point you'll feel the necessity to start bending the knees. You want to bend the knees and sink down. When you get to your lowest position, you hold for a second, finish breathing out, and then breathe in, slowly come back up. Push your feet into the floor. Leverage your posture back up. Finish breathing in, and exhale. Slowly lower the hands down to the sides. It's that simple. Let me show you a few things about it to make sure you have it right. From the side view, when you reach up, you want to not only reach up from your shoulders, but really from the bottom of your feet. So feel like whole body connected as a unit sort of feeling. So as you breathe in and stretch up, you feel a connection to your feet, so the whole posture is connected. And then as you exhale and bend forward, you want to feel kind of a rounded feeling in the back. Now this is just a relaxing or so-called releasing of the lower back. The common mistake would be to arch, okay? Now sometimes you would do this, like I mentioned on the last lesson, I've gone through yoga teacher training and taught yoga, and we would do this on purpose to isolate the backs of the legs. But on this, you don't want to have it. In Tai Chi, we're trying to connect the body as a unit so that we can draw on the whole body's motion for power in our movement. So again, when you breathe in, you stretch up. You can exaggerate a little bit by relaxing and releasing the lower back. You want to have that kind of roundness there. Okay? And then you maintain it. And this is not forced, by the way. I'm not forcing myself to do it. Just relaxing and letting gravity do the work. So you go here and then slowly squat. Another common mistake is that the hips go straight down. what you can see is my toes are starting to lift and I'm falling back. The idea is to keep the hips up so that the weight of the body is over the feet. Other things are is if you don't have the flexibility or balance yet to really get this posture, then only go down as far as you can without the feet moving. The feet will reveal to you if you have the position correct. If my weight's too far forward, as I squat, my feet will start to turn. Okay? And that's my knees twisting again and all that. So you want to put the weight back in the heels as long as the feet stay down so that you can do that. The weight goes to the heels, the hands reach forward, and you look forward slightly in the lowest position. Now watching this at home, if you haven't been to a class and have me look at you in person, then you may want to only go down a little bit. So let me demonstrate that. You would breathe in and stretch up, exhale, bend forward, and squat down. You'll start to feel, you're like, oh, my feet are starting to move, or I really can't go any lower. So you stop, and this is good enough, and slowly come back up. In fact, if students are asking to share the Tai Chi with their friends who aren't students yet, and they're showing them this posture, I'll say, don't show them to go all the way down, because you have to really understand the alignment and get it right to benefit from it. Okay? Now, the same exact posture, we do that like 2 or 3 times. That's it. 2 or 3 times, and then you bring the feet together. This one's a little more challenging, so keep your eyes on my feet. Same thing exactly, just don't move the feet again. The feet are just closer together, that's all. Okay, you do that 2 or 3 times, and then you separate the feet to the so-called large stance, which will be the same as the first posture that we did. This one should feel easier. Watch out, don't let the heels move, don't let the feet move, don't let the heels lift. That's another thing. You're used to doing this kind of thing. That's a different kind of balance. Okay, this is something we might do in our Kung Fu classes if we're going to do any sweeps. I don't want to get into it right now, but anyways, you have the weight sitting back here, but if the heels lift, that's a different sort of balance through the body. So you got to keep the heels down and keep the lean forward, and that would be correct. So about 2 or 3 times each distance, middle, each distance,